Warning! How do you spell Rashakul? What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Gotham, Season 4, Episode 4, The Demon's Head. I'm your host, Dom. Joining me is Nikki and John. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi. What'd you guys think of this episode?
I'm going to say probably not as good as the last ones, but still better than a lot of the show has been. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't get about this particular storyline. Particularly Blondie McBlonderson, who has no ass, but now has found one. Barbara. Like, I don't get her and Raja cool at all. But
It's fantastic. That's what it is.
I don't think so. I think no.
Wait,
But
did she have an ass now? Wait, when did that happen?
I think they started adding padding to her costumes.
Oh.
Or she got like a butt lift or something.
She borrowed some from Nicki Minaj.
It's a
Maybe.
desperation move.
Maybe. Ew, that's gross.
And
But,
one cheek's from Nicki Minaj, the other's from Kim Kardashian.
There you go.
The part that I'm really, really enjoying about this particular season so far is Bruce and Alfred working together, even though Alfred really doesn't want Bruce to be doing half the shit he's doing. It's just that camaraderie is just even more so.
For me, the story that I'm the most drawn to at the moment is Enigma. Because his riddles are like season 1 riddles right now.
And they know it this time.
Please don't remind me.
So,
I was cringing the whole time. That rap.
yeah, the rap-gram, whatever you want to call that. That thing was fantastic.
Oh my lord.
Zaz is like, can we torture them? He's like, no, just let them go.
Just let them go.
They come back. They come back, they do it again.
The thing is, I didn't even hear the words that was coming out of their mouths because I was so freaking shocked that this was even happening. I was like,
they were really
what?
Terrible riddles.
They were.
And I love that they just acknowledged it. We're like, Peg was like, that could literally be anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
a place that gives you these 4 emotions. That would literally be anywhere. This club does that, you know?
Yep.
So he's like, no, it was a cemetery, you idiot. And I was like, what?
How?
What?
Wait, what were the words? Do we have those written down?
No, I don't remember. It was something.
I think I do remember thinking of of a cemetery, but I'm like, but you're right, Penguin. It could be anywhere.
It was
so
like lying,
of course...
crying, happy, sad, something like.
Yeah, but it's like, no, I meant lying as in lying down, like you're dead, like you're lying down. No, like you're dead.
It's like.
Peg was just like, that's horrible.
Would you come up with that in 5 minutes? No, a couple hours, like 2 or 3 hours. You know.
Like 6.
Well, first he
6
said,
hours.
First he said yes. It was only like 5 seconds, and then he was like, wait, yeah, like 6 hours.
Yeah. So Penguin pretty much just laughs in his face, and you know Ed's like, well, I'm gonna shoot you anyway, and he goes, well, you could, but the only one who's actually gonna get revenge is, you know, the guy who I'm not gonna say his name, basically the Riddler. You know, not this new pathetic Edward Nygma. And Victor Fries shows up, Mr. Freeze. Wants to freeze him in the same pose he was in. And Penguin changes his mind. Because he's like, no, I froze, you know, a certain type of man. And that's definitely not you. This wouldn't...
Yeah, he froze a formidable foe.
Yeah.
Whereas this Nygma is... He couldn't even get his job back at the GCPD if he were allowed to, you know? He's that bad right now, like terrible, pathetic.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, yeah, I don't know. I really like the story. I want to see where it goes. I want to see how Nigma gets his mind back. If it's something that will just happen over time, or if it's something that he has to do to
Ivy.
like supercharge his brain or something.
Ivy's gonna do something.
We haven't seen her.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a couple. Like, we haven't seen Scarecrow in like 2 episodes now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we haven't seen Ivy in like 2 episodes now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So something's going on there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad they're letting them breathe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Just
letting us get sidetracked with this
putting
whole...
us off in the back of our minds. Yeah. The one side plot that I'm not that interested in is Sophia.
It's not that interesting yet. You're
no,
right.
it's just like another love story for Jim right now. You know, that's really all I see it as. Like, there's some dynamic to it, because like Penguin goes and calls her in, and she goes to visit. Penguin's worried that she's in town and all that. She's like, no, I'm here for charity. You don't have anything to worry about. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, and then he leaves, and then we find all the mobster like loyalists come find her, and Penguin barges in and executes them all on the spot. And then Sophia's like, look, you did it wrong. This is how my father would have done it, and he would have had all these men pledge their loyalties to me. And Penguin, he looks like he's upset at first, and then he just walks up and is like, new times, new methods, and he just walks away. So it's like, he doesn't even care. I think Sophia's a little frustrated because I think she thought she was going to out-manipulate him. But that clearly wasn't the case.
Yeah, and this whole act of like, I'm innocent, I didn't want to do it. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just, like, it's not even that convincing. There's a reason why Penguin doesn't believe her. And just her, she hasn't done anything yet. That's a problem. It's just, she's just sat there like, no, I'm innocent. I'm not going to do anything wrong. And
maybe that's her ploy, though. Maybe she's trying to scope out what's going on around her before she acts.
But do anything. Like,
I mean, she kissed Gordon.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's kissing Gordon. Like, that's why it's not that interesting to me right now. It's just another girl for Gordon to make out with. It's
He's probably going to end up dead by the end of the season.
And,
just
like,
saying.
It's this season's Lee Tompkins.
Right. Yeah. And
like
not for nothing. And like, they keep picking like all very similar looking women.
Yeah.
It's bothering me a lot.
Well, clearly Jim has a type.
Well, I mean, he started off with a blonde. And then he's like, okay, the blonde is not working for me. Though? Barbara, the character, is a blonde.
Was she a blonde, though?
Yes.
Wait, was she? Or was she a brunette?
She started off as a blonde.
Oh, okay. I'm getting scared, though.
I'm saying, how do we know she wasn't dying?
Well, I mean...
You'll never know.
I mean,
it does make sense. She was pretty fake to begin with, and why not have fake hair too?
But she already died.
Ha ha
ha. Yeah, I get you. You know what? I ignored that because
I know that's why I repeated it.
Like
I wanted you to acknowledge it this time. Mission accomplished.
Just wanted to get it through, man.
This should be like a beer or something, because yeah.
Every time I tell a terrible joke or make a song reference, take a shot.
We'd be dead. But in any case, and I'm not like, I don't mean to sound like sexist or anything like that, but like they keep casting just like almost the same person, and it's bothering me because it's like there are other types of women out there that you can.
What about a feisty redhead? Oh, that's Ivy.
Oh yeah, that's Ivy. But even then, she gets like shoved in the corner. But,
exactly.
And they all basically have the same personality that they write. They write the same character every time for him to fall in love with.
It's a strong, independent woman who doesn't need no man.
Except it's the opposite of that.
That's what they try to make themselves out to be.
And they're not. Yeah, they're just really shitty and dependent on Jim because of reasons. I don't know. I'm really sick of, like, because this is just Lee again. This is just, Vicky again. Or wait, no, was she Vicky? That was Valerie. Sorry.
Valerie.
Yeah.
Valerie Vale.
It was a B name.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's just, can we stop? Because how long did we say until she gets kidnapped?
I said it was going to be this episode.
I think I said 2, so I'm already out.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I don't remember what I said.
Well, I think we were... When did we make these? In episode 2?
Yes. The first time we saw her.
Or did we make it last week? I thought we made it last week.
No, because I wasn't here last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it must have been before, but I'm already off. But still, it's going to happen.
Then I thought it was last week then.
Yeah.
So you were this one. I think Nikki said 5. I don't remember.
So I have till next episode?
You still have time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, not episode 5. I think you said 5 episodes, so you still have like 3 more episodes to go.
Okay.
But yeah.
You could be right.
Maybe I said within the next 5 episodes.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
So, but then we have the ceremonial knife, being the thing, and I feel like this is gonna be kind of like the crystal owl from last season, where it's super important right now, but then after it changes hands, it disappears. Like it's not gonna be as important to the plot.
So
in a couple episodes.
The gist of that I get from this knife is that it is kind of like the catalyst in order to pass on to the next the descendant of the person who is in charge, the guardian of the water. So like, right?
The Lazarus pit.
The Lazarus pit. Ra's al Ghul is basically the guardian of the pit right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the knife is kind of like the hand me down to the next person, and so
it's a ceremonial knife, so I believe it's used in the ceremony.
He needs it to do the ritual,
yeah.
Right? So that's why it's important to Ra's al Ghul to have, because I think it's coming around that time where he needs to pass the torch.
Well, because Bruce went to get the knife appraised at Dr. Winters, his son Alex, whatever there, and they translate the inscriptions on the knife, and it said, "He who rises from the waters, whom death should not touch, with his sacred blade, his final savage destiny shall be fulfilled. The earth will quake, the blood shall flow, all tremble before the demon's head." So it sounds like it's more of an apocalypse than a transfer of power.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I believe the demon's head is in reference to like the person in Ra's al Ghul's position. So
yeah, because I know Cleo, who does Walking Dead and various other podcasts with us, most of the DC podcast. She happened to just glance at the title, The Demon's Head, and she goes, "Wait, Ra's al Ghul's in Gotham?" And I go, "Yeah."
Oh,
yeah.
So she recognized Ra's al Ghul just based off the title,
just based on that name. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is just like the position that he needs. That's why he needs the knife, I guess.
Yeah. But he comes in, kills Dr. Winter looking for the knife. Alex is just kind of like hiding in the shadows there. I don't know how Ra's al Ghul walked right by him, to be honest.
Not
Especially
a very good
when
ninja.
He was going as loud as he could. Yeah. How could you miss that?
He was slurping up the last bit of his ice cream float.
I have a speech upon it. How dare you?
He reminds me of someone, and I don't know who, like the actor, the kid. He looks like someone that I am very familiar with, and it bothered me all episode.
He looks like a little rascal.
To me, I got a really a vibe from a young Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter.
Oh my god. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. But not so much. I mean, this kid was much, much cuter than a young Neville, just saying.
Listen, old Neville got hot.
He did. He's a model now, guys.
Uh-huh. Long bottoms indeed.
Played by Benjamin Stockholm. Let's see if I know this guy from anywhere.
Yeah, I
don't. Yes, I knew him. John's not gonna know him. Nikki, he played young Owen Flynn in Once Upon a Time, Season 2. He was the little boy that sat with Regina at the diner.
Oh my god!
Oh, I knew he bothered me. I knew it. Okay, that puts my mind at ease.
There you go.
So
many questions answered.
Awesome.
So much relief just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, I have relief washing over me.
I have relief. I have fear now.
Yes, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, I don't recognize him from anything. He's been in a decent amount. He was in Quarantine, played a very minor role back in 2008. He was on Criminal Minds, CSI New York, Decoding Annie Parker, Mockingbird, About a Boy, NCIS, Lost and Found, and the Bureau of Otherworldly Operations.
Never heard that one. Nope.
So, I think I've actually heard of that. Yeah,
so are we going to see more of Alex?
Something by DreamWorks coming out soon.
Well, considering his long and sordid career on Gotham. Nope, wait, never mind. Got his throat slit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is Gotham.
Yes.
So.
This is something that is going to be a reoccurring theme, because even they said in the show, this is Gotham. People come back from the dead all the damn time.
Yeah. I had actually just mentioned it to Cleo, too. We were talking about some character. I think we were talking about, it was on The Walking Dead or something like that. And I go, until we see a body, it's not that. Except for Gotham, And she goes, yeah, that shows... And I go, Cleo, there's actually a line that they spoke this season. And somebody goes, didn't that character die? And the other one goes, yeah, but this is Gotham. I go, that's a literal quote from the show. And she just went, oh my God.
Yeah, they know. They've become self-aware in this season. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I love it.
They're like knocking on the fourth wall right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I loved when Ra's al Ghul shows up at the GCPD to act as like the antiquities dealer. It was fantastic. Because he's really just playing mind games with Gordon and stuff right then and there.
And then when he walks out of the office after talking with Gordon for a little bit, Bruce and Alfred are right there, and they recognize him. So it's like, your cover's blown, dude.
Yeah. Well, Alfred mainly just ran right in and just started decking him.
Bopped him.
And Gordon's like, no, he pulls him out into the hall. They're standing in the doorway. They turn around, and he's gone. It's just like, how do you disappear like that?
I mean, we can ask Bruce the same question, because he did it, yeah.
Yeah. But we are introduced to Anubis.
Oh my god, I hated this.
Come on, Anubis is the best character on Gotham ever.
I friggin' hated it so bad. It's so gross, so stupid. Like, it's not even gross. It's just like, I look at the character and I go, you're wasting my time.
I don't know. Barbara called him Dog Boy, and I was like, that seems a bit appropriate.
He's running around on all fours, drooling and yapping. Yeah, he's gonna be called Dog Boy. Anybody is gonna call him Dog Boy at that point.
I would have called him Anubis.
But why not just have like a sick, nasty wolf instead of some like?
Because this might actually be Anubis.
Well. Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul with his, different spells and, this, for all we know, because we know Anubis in Egypt was the head of the dog. So, for all we know, this might actually be Anubis.
True.
Just because Anubis had a head of a dog doesn't mean he is a dog.
Doesn't mean he isn't. We literally don't know. It's depicted as a human dog in all of the hieroglyphs. So... This is a human dog, if I've ever seen one. And to the point, he bites Alex. When, they went to get the knife at the museum. Bruce and him hide in the diorama until Gordon shows up and gets thrown into the saber-toothed tiger diorama. And skeleton breaks apart. And Gordon uses the bone from the saber-toothed tiger to play fetch and throw it out the window. I was like, that's one way to get rid of Anubis.
It's like how you get rid of a Scooby-Doo villain.
I just didn't like this aspect of this episode at all.
And then Gordon stabbed that big guy. I don't even know who or what to call him. They never gave him a name.
No.
He was like Anubis's handler. That's it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. And Raj shows up, holds a knife at Alex's throat, and demands the knife. Bruce and Gordon go back and forth with give him the knife, I'm not giving him the knife, give him the knife, I'm not giving him the knife, you don't know who he is, I'm not doing it. And then Alex gets his throat slit.
So much for that.
Yeah. I forgot that he got his throat slit. I was like, that whole scene, I was not liking it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. And then Raj just kind of gives himself up, just drops to his knees, allows himself to be arrested. They take him to Blackgate, and you just see him smiling. Like, this was his plan all along.
Yeah, well, now he can, harbor an army.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think he wants to do in there? Just collect people for the army? Is that his plan, or?
I mean, we know who was it? Who was it? Strange and what's her face from? Was it last season? They tried to get that army together with collecting the crazies, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know.
Not in Blackgate.
Okay, it was just the people that
Blackgate
from
is
Indian
basically
Hill.
super secure Arkham.
Okay.
Like Arkham is the very flawed, people escape all the time kind of prison, and Blackgate is supposed to be maximum security that actually executes a major plan to escape from.
So it's not like a psych ward.
No.
These people are literally criminals who still have their mind and they are still sane in their own respects. So
it's like it's a high security maximum security prison. That's basically
it's like Rikers. I mean, like it's the difference between like a psych ward and Rikers.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Yeah, so he has a lot to pick from in Blackgate then that will help him serve his means. If that's what he's even planning to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We will see. You guys have anything else to talk about for this episode?
The only thing I kind of wish that they may have done, and like I figured maybe this would have taken up a lot of time, but like maybe to establish Alex a little bit more as Bruce's friend, like from like back a little bit, like take it maybe into the beginning of the season, like just establish it like they maybe hung out, got lunch together, swap stories because like
so
they had
he became
like
more invested,
yeah.
So like his death then just was, oh, he just died. It was more like, oh no, Bruce's friend died. Maybe shed one tear.
See, I don't think they were really much of friends before this though, because Alex did say to Bruce, everybody sees you as the weird kid. Like he had to explain that to him. So it seemed like it was like them talking for like one of the first times now.
I guess.
Oh yeah, no. I mean that was the intention that they didn't know each other super well, but I think the emotional impact would have been a lot stronger had they had a relationship. That's all I was saying.
So you're saying that like maybe bring the knife to them this episode and have everything go down where they all died next episode or something like that?
Or even just have them like back whatever. Was it 2 seasons ago or last season when he went to school for like a hot minute? Like have them interacting there a little bit. Like maybe he's like, hey, you're kind of cool. Like don't be a stranger. And then like maybe they hang out a couple times and get into some shenanigans with Selena when it was just Bruce and her.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have brought him along for the owl statue thing because of the whole curator link.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's kind of why, I was expecting Alex to survive. Maybe that's why I kind of like poofed it out of my mind because he seemed like a interesting character that I would like to get to know because of he's so young and he has this interest in antiquities, in history. Not many kids do. So to have that type of character just come out of nowhere would have been really interesting to keep him around.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that was my one like big like glaring like you guys you had something cool here.
Definitely an opportunity there.
Yep. So next episode is called The Blade's Path. Nigma comes face to face with Butch Gilzine, but he is not who he used to be. In an attempt to regain power and identity, Nigma decides to put his former partner's skills to the test. Meanwhile, Sophia Falcone takes action to protect her own life by appealing to Penguin's vulnerable side. With the power of the dagger in his possession, Bruce surprises those around him with his bold actions.
Stabbing hobos?
Yes, maybe. No, I don't know. I'm definitely more interested with the Nigma story just by the synopsis. Sophia doesn't really grab my attention right now, and I personally don't care about this knife. That's just me.
Hasn't done anything yet.
No.
I mean, once we see what it can do.
It's in the wrong hands right now. It's not going to do anything until Ra's al Ghul gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I think that about does it. Nikki, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYVenom24.
John, where can people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter.
And you can find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM. And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time, see you guys later. You always wave too late.
I know.
It's the thought that counts.
I thought about waving, guys.
Huh.
I also thought about cheeseburgers, but that had nothing to do with this.